I was able to stack up 34,414 points for Damage Bombardiers during an electromagnetic storm on Spaceport. Not gonna lie to y'all, I brought an artillery of Wolfpacks to get this done, but it was to ensure that I soaked up all of the damage on the Bombardiers and got all the trials points for each elimination. On top of the 12 Wolfpacks that I brought a Hullcracker with 5 stacks ammo, a Renegade with a single stack of ammo, the MK3 Survivor in case I went down because of all the Wolfpacks I brought, a light shield so I could run quicker, 4 stacks of adrenaline shots, a couple stacks of healing items, and a photoelectric cloak. I also packed zip lines and a snap hook, but I didn't actually use those during the run. Now, if you want to use this same method, you're going to have to farm a bunch of Rocketeers, and the best place that I've found to do that is on Dam Battlegrounds. Go to Dam Battlegrounds during a night raid or an electromagnetic storm, and bring a Jupiter, a snap hook, or zip lines with you. Get on top of the pipeline tower, and from this location you can see almost every Rocketeer spawn. Aggro them over to you, use the Jupiter to stack up damage as it's flying to you, and then eliminate it as it's flying overhead of the pipeline tower. This ensures you can loot it totally for free, and you don't have to worry about a raider coming up behind you without some sort of an audio cue like a zipline or a snap hook that they're on their way. Also, keep in mind to loot every part of the Rocketeer. While most of the time you'll only get a single Rocketeer driver, it wasn't totally uncommon for me to get 2 Rocketeer drivers per elimination. So make sure you're paying attention and looting all the different parts to ensure that you get all the different drivers possible. Once you spawn into Spaceport, head for one of the 2 different Bombardier spawn locations. The first will spawn near the trench towers, and the second will spawn near the control tower. Use adrenaline shots to run towards the one that is closest to you. Make sure you have your Wolfpacks ready to go once you get close to the Bombardier. As you throw your Wolfpacks, keep in mind that it's very common for them to split off and deal damage to other enemies, so it's definitely worth taking 1 to 2 seconds to check for other enemies in the area, like a Rocketeer. While it's totally possible that you can 2-shot a Bombardier with Wolfpacks, most of the time for me, at least during this game, the Wolfpack broke apart and did enough damage to other enemies that the Bombardier was still standing after 2 Wolfpacks. It only took a couple of Hullcracker shots to finish it up, but I put myself in some pretty dangerous spots at first because of this. Once you eliminate the first Bombardier, you want to beeline it for the second Bombardier. On my way over to the second Bombardier, I wasn't paying attention as I took the zipline at the base of the launch tower. I didn't realize there was already a raider on the zipline, and like an idiot, I thought, hey, let me jump over the raider and reattach the zipline, which physics going upwards on a zipline is just not how it works, and I fell to my death.
I can crawl.
Thankfully, I had the MK3 Survivor bag on, so my plan was to just crawl myself out. But then my heart fell out of my chest when I heard somebody coming up behind me. It happened to be the raider that I dropped off the zipline for, and they defib me back up, totally saving this run. Absolute hero. But because of this, I ended up missing out on that second Bombardier during this first rotation. So I ran back to where the first one spawned and just waited for it to come back in. It took about 7 minutes for the Bombardier to respawn, but it respawns in the exact same place that it spawned originally, so just hang out by that area and wait for the large plume of smoke to come down from the sky. Once the Bombardier is on the map, throw your 2 Wolfpacks and use your Hullcracker if needed to take it out. Again, beeline it over for the second one, and if you get your timing down right, you can get there right as the second one spawns in, essentially leaving no room for other raiders to deal damage to it and steal your trial score. I got pretty lucky in this overall rotation that the second Bombardier spawned in almost exactly at the same time as me getting over to the area. Using the 2 Wolfpacks, it made it super easy to eliminate it before anybody else could, and then I just ran back to where the first one spawned and repeated that cycle for the rest of the match. Once you get down to the 10-minute mark, you really need to decide how much risk you want to play with, especially if you don't have any more Wolfpacks to use. Fighting a Bombardier with just a Hullcracker takes a bit more time, and it's a bit more dangerous to get done. For me, I decided I was going to be good with the last Bombardier that I got at about 5 minutes remaining, and spent the last bit of time farming up some equipment off of the Bombardiers that were never actually looted. I ended up walking away with a ton of inventory value, so that was a big benefit for me, and I was able to stack up that 34,000 points. Once you've eliminated enough Bombardiers and you're happy with your score, head back to Speranza, collect any loot if you haven't already, and watch your score fly up the leaderboard. That's going to be it for me today, y'all. Thanks for watching.